Good afternoon from down under, everyone. My name is Romance Blitz, and we continue our Let's Play of Rogue Trader, uh, both DLCs included. This is our Iconoclast run. This should be part 11 in the series, and whilst we left off, we had just completed the temple. Um, the Cenobium. Oh god, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the first part because I'll get tongue-tied. So we're pretty much wrapping up Act 1
Keep your wits
relatively
about you.
soon. Um, And then, yeah, so we shouldn't have anything else to go that I'm aware of. That's Screamer's Act 4 stuff. That gets solved. That's solved. Oh, sorry, that's the Act 4 stuff, and... Oh, I thought I went there already, but I guess I hadn't. So we'll make a pit stop over to the station as well. Oh, I didn't mean to go back down. So we'll get straight into it again, so... don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the series. Otherwise, we shall offer up that toaster, which I'm sure we'll
I
find one
always
in this
keep my
building
options
somewhere,
open.
to the algorithm priest and commence. Oh, it looks like I did not loot one person. That's fine. So, I will say I think we're doing pretty good in terms of the benchmarks I set for myself. So we are on the cusp, only 200 experience left to go until we hit level 16, and if we hit level 16, um, obviously the Act 1 finale boss gets all that much easier, because when we can employ tactics involving our second archetype, so... Oh, nothing of Heinrichs.
Rogue Trader. I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the electrodynamic cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time. Unfortunately, my personal investigation has hit a dead end. I think I will have to call upon outside resources to continue the search.
I have something to confess. I discovered some kind of chaos artifact in the cogitator, and I deemed it necessary to dispose of it.
What? All right. All right. At the very least, the object of corruption, if that is indeed what it was, has been destroyed. This is a satisfactory outcome. There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
Because the Inquisition's generosity is greatly appreciated.
May the elucidator serve House von Valancius as faithfully as it has served the acolytes of the Holy Ordos up to now. Apologies in advance if I unknowingly violate the protocol for conversing with someone of your elevated status. I think a slip in composure is to be expected when one is hosted personally in the Lord Captain's study.
What do you plan to do now?
I would like to offer my assistance in resolving your immediate problems. I am aware that the ship suffered considerable losses during the recent mutiny and was damaged by the cultists' actions, and you have lost many valuable officers as well. You are in a difficult situation. I am at your disposal.
What do you think will come of the electrodynamic canonibum? Synonymum, whatever it
It all
is.
depends on the electro-priests who survived the attack. Fortunately for them, the cultists did not manage to seriously corrupt the holy site, partly thanks to the priesthood's efforts. Nevertheless, I would not be surprised if the local explorator fleet decides to audit and purge the damaged units once it hears about what has happened.
Confessing with you is no less disconcerting for me.
After serving in the Holy Ordos all these years, I'm used to people being wary of me.
I'm trying to debate whether or not I want to go devil or closeness. Because we are going to do his romance as well as Yuet, so a little more in my piracy trepidation will turn into something much less seemly.
I will let your remark go unanswered until evidence arises to confirm my suspicions about your reasons for making it.
Why don't you sit down? I'd be more pleased to devote more time to your visits.
There is no need. Under different circumstances, I would welcome the chance to speak with you at greater length, but your subjects await. Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
Alrighty, so while we're in here, we're going to do two quick things and do conversations on board. First, we're going to sort out this. I'll try to speed through it just so that we get through Act 1. I don't know why I'm watching the cutscene, shouldn't need to watch it anymore. Just some for retinue, engine CR. You are leaking oil. Why are you taking a bathtub? Why are you taking a bath with your clothes on? Will you not rust? Welcome, stay Pascal. Your presence does not convince me in the slightest. How long will it take to complete your cleaning protocol? Let me stay. Alright, so finish that up, then do it again. Heinrichs. Review your assumptions. You have not told a lie, but you have had to tell the whole truth. They claim, blah blah blah. Alright, finish up there. Alright, let us go have a chat with some people, shall we? And then move on. Yeah, so this time with Heinrichs we're gonna go his kind route, but we're gonna also pick Devil. So. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm usually the one interested in the pasts of those around me, not the reverse. I come from a night world, Guizorn III. I belong to a branch of one of the noble houses until my exceptional abilities were discovered. After that, I was sent on a black ship to Holy Terra, where I was trained, and I began my service for the glory of the Imperium.
What do you remember about your home planet?
I do, but I have no ties to my homeworld now. None except my first name. I left Guizorn III when I was still a child. My family disowned me, stripping me of my family name. I was given a new one by those who trained me. Even for a noble, being branded a psyker is a mark of eternal shame. I experienced that firsthand before I was put on the Black Ship.
How'd you discover your abilities?
Like many psychers unaware of their curse, I found out when a strong emotional reaction triggered an involuntary response. My great-aunt had a pet grink. One day, it bit me, and I boiled it from inside out. And when my great-aunt slapped me for what I'd done, I boiled her too.
I expected the more dramatic story.
If I were to summon a demon or rain down fire on everyone's heads, we wouldn't be standing here talking right now. However, I took the life of a family member. In my opinion, that is more than enough drama.
Tell me about the Black Ship.
Picture a vast prison ship, filled with frightened, angry psychers who can't control their abilities and who have just lost their homes and their families. Some of them were children and adolescents like I was. Some were monstrous creatures who no longer had the right to be called human, or psychopaths who reveled in their impure powers. Once, when one of the miscreants broke free, those in command simply depressurized the bay and got rid of the culprit, along with the prisoners and crew tainted by him. But even after that, I heard the echo of inhuman suffering and terror that filled that part of the ship. It grieves me to recall that episode to this day.
You were sent to the Inquisition straight after training?
No. First, I was accorded the status of a psyker fit for service in the Imperial Guard, where I then spent several years. It was only afterward that I became an agent of the Golden Throne.
How long have you served the Inquisition?
Since the day of my initiation as an acolyte. So, decades. How many real years it's been, it's hard to say. When I return from a journey through the warp, I often discover that much more or much less time has passed in real space.
You visited many worlds during your service, I'll wager?
Indeed. I have visited many of the places brought to the Emperor's light, and those sullied by the filth of the archenemy. In truth, even after all these years spent visiting the various corners of the Imperium and looking beyond its borders, I still consider the Segmentum Solar to be the greatest of all humanity's bastions. Nothing compares to the majesty of Holy Terra, the might of Mars, the grandeur of the Segment's other worlds.
What duties have you carried out for the Inquisitor?
You can't really be expecting me to answer that question, can you?
For someone who's been in service for decades, you certainly look young.
The first step for biomancers such as myself is to take control of the processes of their own body, including aging. I've endured innumerable hazards in my work. If I allowed every trace of them to remain, I would look completely different today. Gladly.
You're not the Inquisitor's only acolyte, correct?
Of course not. The Lord Inquisitor's entourage comprises dozens of people. The best of the best. Experts in various fields and disciplines. Some of them I know personally. Others I have never met. To be honest, I'm not even certain that the people I know are still alive. I used to work with other acolytes of the Lord Inquisitor, but in the Coronis expanse, I have been working alone.
Wondering once the stars without family or friends, don't you get lonely?
I had never even considered such a thing before you asked. Perhaps I do. Sometimes.
Such criminal neglect of your needs.
Your concern for my needs, Lord Captain, is extremely unexpected. Would you like to remedy my deficit of personal interaction? I would not be opposed to a pleasant conversation, if you can find the time.
If you're an interrogator, does that mean that you hold a special position?
We are not a retinue. We are acolytes. As for your question, I am closer than anyone else to the one I call my personal teacher. The Lord Inquisitor deemed me worthy of undertaking the most important and sensitive tasks requiring the attention of agents of the Golden Throne.
Are there any other acolytes in the Krennic's Expanse? He's not going to answer
Such
that.
as?
What can you do as a psyker?
The Lord Inquisitor was most insistent that I master the discipline of Santic Demonology. I use my faith and my power to crush the enemies of the Imperium. Servants of Chaos tremble at the sound of the Emperor's name, uttered by my lips. I am also a skilled biomancer. I can manipulate bodily processes. Sometimes I resort to those skills in the course of my work, when it is necessary to make the subject of an interrogation more cooperative.
Yeah, I must take my leave. Alrighty, over this way. Alright, he's down here. For once. But I'll have a chat with Abel first. How are you feeling, Abel? You're free from the possession, or you're not. I trust that you don't pose a threat to my ship. What troubles him so? What judgment do you speak of? Why are you so concerned about him? He's not one of you. He was not the one you were hoping to find. You care for him as you truly were the younger brother. I will try not to give Abel any undue cause for dread. Why do you and Pascal have the same name? I imagine there could have been poets amongst tech priests. Do you understand what Abel was referring to? Please explain what you mean. Are you overthinking it? Doesn't really matter, names are the same. What are you working on? We'll do the... I thank you for a generous gift. Why did you do it? Oh, I forgot to read that one out loud. Alright, now I'm just going to double check, but I'm pretty sure for this time Pascal was supposed to be going... Yeah, Amanat, so... not that one, not that one. So this one. It's better to meet a challenge, a change, and perish in failure than to rot alive. Take leave. Alright, Pascal, now we have a chat with
Your
you.
Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Want to know the truth about you?
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagos Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did he do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His argument sounds reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
How did you betray him?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected tech priests, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen anthematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagos Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
That was rather callous of you. I guess you really do have a heart of metal.
This statement is true. However, I took this step out of loyalty to my mentor. He rejected caution and was leading us to a blasphemous war where he would become the first and most important victim. I did not want to witness his destruction and tried to force him to submit. I wanted to return to my mentor and share his fate, but the Conclave found me repentant and sent me to the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17, where I was to atone for my previous transgressions.
You're very good at finding excuses as you are at technology.
This statement is false. I, Pascal Hahnemann, fully accept responsibility for my profane acts and betraying the trust of my esteemed mentor.
So why'd you go to Minoris?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain. We were in danger, and I had to go to Rykad Minoris.
The tech priest named Abel, who is he?
Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the Cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication. So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Rykad Minoris, how he is related to the blessed Amanat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps the Reverend Abel cannot fully actualize and interpret the available data.
So what are you going to do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the blessed Archmagos Amanat, who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link. Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the blessed Amanat.
Do I want to know more about your past?
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
How'd you end up in the Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
Well, you're not with the fleet then?
After I betrayed Archmagos Amanat, the fleet conclave directed me to the orbital station Altar Templum Calixis X-17 for penance. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Who are the exporters?
The sacred fraternity of explorers. The cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy.
Tell me about your mechaniandrites.
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension. Acknowledged.
Tell me about the Adeptus Mechanicus.
I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars, guided by its tenets. We safeguard technology against the impure and the unenlightened.
Why do you mention Mars?
That is where the cult of the Omnissiah originated, and where we were granted the first revelations. Many millennia ago, we made an alliance with the Emperor of Terra, and have served the Imperium ever since, paying a tribute of machinery, weapons, and void ships. Everything that bears the blessed seal of machinery comes from our hands, and it is we who make sure the operating rituals are performed as they were meant to. We are everywhere. We are the Mars-forged steel bars that give the Imperium strength.
What do you mean by guard it? Is it not buried treasure? Not a secret?
It is both a treasure and a secret. Technology is how the divinity of the Omnissiah manifests itself in this world. This is why the uninitiated may only be allowed to touch the most vulgar and mundane of its instances. We, on the other hand, are authorized to use the sacred catechism of maintenance and operation. Although there is another reason to deny lay people the sacrament of knowledge, it can be dangerous. Twisted by renegades, the Omnissiah's wisdom is called heretic, and the exposure to it may corrupt the uninitiated. Another danger is knowledge, strangely interpreted and inscrutably twisted by the minds of Xenos. This bane is called Xenotech.
Banning things you cannot understand is the opposite of seeking knowledge. Technology is a mere tool that can be employed without risk by a wise wielder.
That is a bold hypothesis. And yet the Omnissiah teaches us that a dauntless mind can penetrate any knowledge through analysis. Where the ignorant see heresy, the enlightened might see truth.
Do you hold a high position in your fraternity?
This electu indicates that I am a Magos, who has mastered the sacraments of many spheres of knowledge, and has the right to conduct services in a forged cathedral.
What is the Omnissiah in your understanding?
He is the divine mechanism, the maker of technology. The universe was made to resemble a mechanical marvel, because the Omnissiah rules over it. Knowledge is the highest form that he uses to manifest in the world. For now. Someday, he will come to this world in the absolute fullness of his splendor. The Adeptus Mechanicus worshipped the Emperor. He is the earthly manifestation of the Omnissiah, who brought humanity into the light of divine grace.
What is behind the Adeptus Mechanicus enthusiasm for replacing flesh with augmentation?
Organic tissue is an imperfect replica of the machine, transient and vulnerable. Metal is more stable, more effective, and more durable. Flesh speak is flawed next to binaric language. Meat begets weakness, it softens the mind and undermines discipline. But you can replace metal when it wears down. In addition, a machine is a supreme form of knowledge, and by assuming mechanical form, we become closer to the Omnissiah. However, like all things sacred, our augmentations must not be defiled by the eyes of the ignorant. Which is why we reveal only the crudest of tools, while holier mechanisms remain concealed beneath our crimson robes.
I'm curious to see your augmentations.
The right to witness the miracle of flesh being fused with holy metal is granted only to those who have ascended to the rank of initiate. However, your lofty status of rogue trader allows me to make a partial exception and reveal my sacred stigmata.
The Omnissiah has been generous to you. His creation is keeping you safe from death.
The Omnissiah has been generous to you too. He has granted you understanding.
You have a strange way of speaking. Is it because of your augmentation, or does your faith dictate how you should express yourself?
Partially true. I had a voice modulator implanted alongside the respiratory purification module, but there is an additional reason. Gothic is not my first language. I am used to thinking and making statements in lingua technis. The binaric language is more informative, more ergonomic, and less prone to misinterpretation. Acknowledged. May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Alright, so we're done with all that, finally. Have a quick chat. Can we get new stuff yet? Nope, still any yet. I was kind of hoping to get the second shield, but looks like we're not going to be doing that. Alright, so we'll quickly sidetrack over here. I actually thought we did this earlier, but I guess not. Alright, burn it down. Alright, oh, we gotta level up. Hooray, we'll sort that out soon. Yeah, we're just going to do that. And save us some grief, hopefully. I say hopefully, I highly doubt it's going to. But you never know. Alright. Now we can go to this and begin the final parts. Alright, so make sure. Yeah, we'll go with this. I sure should probably take keyboard, but oh well. Alright, so let us begin our level ups. So our priest is going into Master Tactician. Abel is going into Vanguard. There's no questions asked about that one. Dira is going into. Oh, sorry, that's not Dira. Sorry. Is going into Bounty Hunter. Pascal is going in the Grand Strategist for this act only. The moment that we get Jay in our party, he's getting a respec. However, to make life easier, we are going to require it. And then Hyrex is going into Executioner, nothing changes from last time. And then Cassia naturally goes in the Grand Strategist too.
Is there money to be made?
Do you know anything about Tech Priest Abel Hanneman? Alright, that's Solomon. Actually, I can't talk to Glado, never mind. Oh, there's our proper factor. Alrighty, just gonna make one quick double check. Idira, did we say that you're going humanity? Right. Another prophecy? I have other business in the system. Alright, so what we'll do
Always keep
is
your eye on the prize.
we'll quickly return to the void ship, just because it's easier to um, just because it's actually easier to talk with everyone in terms of buying gear. And we shall buy gear because it will hopefully make life that much easier. Oh wow, one away. That's a bit annoying. Great sword. Naval suppression helmet. Alright. Quickly sort out our gear. Um, I may upgrade to that one soon. Bolt defense. It's kind of nice, but yeah. That should be good there. Alright. A little bit sad I couldn't get the other shield for Heinrichs, but it's fine. Alright, back there. Alright.
Let us not dawdle.
I'm ready for my triumph. Alright, I'll drop quick save. What's that? Denial of nightmares. Alright. Speak. This is disgusting. I do not want to stay show gratitude or have the ordinary people to speak to me or skip the fast altogether.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
If only we could use this tank for the upcoming fights. Stop the ceremony, take the people away, something terrible is about to happen. So this is the other reason why I kind of wanted to bring Idira. You can kind of see like Idira's divination stuff and whatnot kind of preludes what is about to happen.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
The Masters demand your death!
Okay, should be fine.
I'm afraid not. If only that were possible. That is foolishness. Isn't this... I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may...
Alright,
The
Pascal.
scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I'm done with this one.
Alrighty.
It's as you never stood a chance. On it.
But of course. Was that you? Or... No can do.
There's actually not a great deal I can do with Idira in the circumstance.
Anything else?
Reduced to dust.
Alrighty.
Forth on Valencius! Grey hair? Sure have. I took care of this one. An exemplary strike, reduced to dust.
Emperor, protect me.
I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable. Another enemy down. I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
Alright, stop.
Quick, quick!
Alright, veil issues. I totally forgot that was a thing.
I know what is to come. Be gone. Will do.
Everyone, step aside. Naturally. Be gone. But if I'm done with this one. I won't object to it.
I must not falter.
For now.
The ruinous power.
Indeed, I took care of this one. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. One fewer target. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
You don't frighten me!
Onward!
Follow my lead. Emperor, protect me!
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Chaos guides me!
Good job, NPC. You did great.
I'll paint your death in
Heavy is the
colors.
tread of his faithful. Vital function successfully terminated. Request denied. Advancing.
Look out.
Who, if not me? On it. I'll make it happen. It's as your end was inevitable.
This way!
Cover me!
Alrighty.
Anything else?
Alright, then we want to do that first, and then...
But a...
Get me a target. Let's see to it. Not sanctioned to do this.
Oh, there he is.
Naturally.
Follow my lead.
I won't go down easy.
My place is at the fore. It will be done. Indeed. Reduce to dust.
Alright, fight over. I think no NPC died, so even better. What is going on? En route to Starport. Any idea what just happened? Alright, we're not abandoning the people in distress, everyone can come with us. All you can do now is try to make it to the starport. That's it, let's move out. Alright, so pick up all the nice shiny stuff. It's the first order of any business after a fight.
I always have a backup plan.
Alrighty. And with that, we'll put in the stop here because we're almost directly on the hour. So next episode is we will make our long trek back to the starport. So thank you for watching everyone, and I will catch you in the next episode.